Okay. Yeah, it's on now. Let me see. No, it's not even on my page. I thought I added some. Oh, let me see. You might have to tag me again. I don't see it.
What's good? What's good? We back. We live again. It's the Refill Show, the premiere show. We back in this thing one more time. I'm your host Ron Daniel, man. Welcome to the very first episode of the Refill Show, man. Let me tell you what this all about before we bring on our first guest. All right, good. We in there. We started about 30 minutes ago. Ran into some technical problems, but we good now. What you looking at, man? This is the very first show of the Refill Show. We talk about all things gospel rap, Christian hip hop, holy hip hop. We doing this for the culture. We doing this for the genre. We doing this to uplift the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We present godly entertainment, Christ-led entertainment, and we're gonna bring on hosts every Friday night at 6 p.m. Central Time to talk about their journey, how they came up as an artist, what they doing now, what they looking to do. And tonight, man, we got a featured guest all the way from El Dorado, Arkansas. That homeboy, my partner, your partner now, J2W.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy J2W. How y'all feeling out there?
Let's get into this thing. We still trying to figure all this out. Let's get into this show.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
What's good,
I'm
bro?
excited. Man, I'm excited, man. Just happy to be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, check this out. We've been trying to do this for about, we've been trying to do this for about 3 weeks, trying to get this show in here, man. And then all of a sudden, you know, we run into all these technical difficulties, man, just trying to do something good. You know, it's the first show, so we trying to make sure it's right, but you gonna always run into, lumps and bumps and speed bumps and all that good stuff, man, trying to do something, man. So, hey, bro, we've been trying to get this for 3 weeks now, trying to do this show. We ran into some obstacles last week, some obstacles 2 weeks before, and then an hour ago, just trying to make sure everything's set up right. So we back. And hopefully, man, everybody looking at this, man, they enjoy the show. But J2W, man, introduce yourself to the people, man. Let people know what you do, how you get down, where you're from, and all that good stuff, man.
Yes, sir. I'm from El Dorado, Arkansas. I'm a Christian rapper. Been going at it for 17 years. Been to different places, different states, and just wherever I can go professing the Christ, to the people, spreading the word, the gospel to the young people, man, in those younger hearts.
Already. Well, bro, hey, walk us into, let me come my mic up a little bit. There you go. Walk us into, or just, let the people know about, how you got started, what inspired you, to do the whole gospel rap thing.
Man, to be honest, I got started in 2003, and for that, what inspired me, it was the local talent, right. The local talent, seeing some of the local guys doing it. And it's like, that helped me to say, what, if they can do it, I can do it. I mean, you see people on TV, like secular artists, like,
right.
Like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? If he can do it, I can do it. But when you see local doing it, it's like, you know what? Hey, that dude grew up right around where I'm at, you know, so he's from a different neighborhood or the same neighborhood, you know, so but um a lot of inspiration came from like I said, you know, just those who I was seeing on TV, you know, so I didn't have a lot of inspiration for as like Christian rappers because here in South Arkansas, because it wasn't none around like that, you know, when I was growing up, you know.
Right.
Matter of fact, I think, and I'm not, you know, to my horn or saying, you know, saying anything like that, but it's like, I believe I probably was the first one to get in the CD stores and really push it in the streets the way I did. Cause when I was coming up, people always said, well, you know, you mean tell me, you know, wasn't none around? It's like, we didn't have that kind of music coming up and everything, you know, it was mostly secular rap.
Right.
So it was the secular rap that inspired me, you know, just to be a rapper for being a Christian rapper once I got saved in 2003.
Right.
Just looking at people like Lil I Rock and, you know, T-Bone listening to them, it's like, okay, I can do this thing, you know, because that was the first song I got was T-Bone Mad Skills. That's the first thing my Uncle Steve played to me was T-Bone Mad Skills, and it blew my mind. I'm like, man, this Joker was going so fast at it, just so many punchlines. I'm like, man,
Oh,
it was
really?
off the chain, you know. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the local really helped me to uh, get it together and say, you know what, if they can do it, then I can do it for sure.
Already, man. You know, you brought up some heavy hitters too. Talking about that gospel rap, you know, some of them cats that at that time, I don't know what a lot of them doing now, but I know at that time they was doing some real heavy things nationally. Talk about, you know, where you from, El Dorado, the pound. You know, next time I get down there, I gotta swing. Y'all gotta run me through the pound.
Oh yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir. We're gonna take you to Betty's Old Fashioned, you know, Johnny
already,
B's, you know what I'm
yes,
saying?
sir.
So hey, you know, I tell my cousin them from Houston and everything, and my uncle Steve when they come down here, like, hey, I have to take them Betty's Old Fashioned, you know, them greaser burgers, old
Ooh,
country burgers, you know what I'm saying? They so
already.
good, man. I mean, and then we got Johnny B's and you know for breakfast and everything. So man, we got some good eating down here in El Dorado for sure. You know,
Yes,
we're gonna have to
sir.
get
Yes,
down here, you
sir.
know, we get some good eat, put a few pounds on you and everything, you
Look
know.
out now. Hey, I gotta swing down, man. You know, I've
Yes,
been on
sir.
El Dorado a few times, man. You know, South Arkansas, all up and down South Arkansas, North
Yeah.
Louisiana, and so I've been up and down that thing, man. But hey, talk to everybody about what it's like to be an artist. You know, pushing gospel rap from Arkansas, and specifically from El Dorado, Arkansas, Southwest Arkansas.
Well, uh, it's it's kind of difficult, you know. I mean, because it's like Arkansas right now for as Christian rap ain't
Right.
really just. I mean, we out there, you know, but it's like when you say from Arkansas, just people think just real country.
Yeah, you
You know,
know,
it's like
I catch that all the time.
you
Till
know,
we gotta let them know
yeah,
sometimes
man.
though.
It's oh man, it's like you know they just. I mean, one time I was in Atlanta, I had did a show in Atlanta,
Yeah.
and I was in the airport and everything. And this girl said, "You ain't from here, is you? Is you?" I said, "No." She said, "I can tell by your accent, you know."
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, we just talk different. That's all right. We still preach the gospel, but yeah, it's a little difficult, you know. Like I said, being from Arkansas, because really, you know, we don't have too many people out there pushing it like you and Tony Tillman, and you know, so it's like um on another level, it's like we just trying to get out there, you know, and let people know that Arkansas has some talent, and you know, we can do the same thing too. We can push the gospel. We can bring it, you know, and everything. But being from El Dorado, it's kind of like I ain't gonna lie. When I first started, a lot of people thought I was from Camden.
Right. Right.
I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are like, "Are you from Camden?" I'm like, "No, I'm from El Dorado," you know.
Yeah.
So even though I claim Camden, Camden is my home too because they've been so good to me over the
Right.
years. You know, I love Camden. You know, I got family in Camden, spiritual family, and you know, family. So, but a lot of people thought I was from Camden and everything like that, and not from El Dorado. But you know, it's a lot of El Dorado rappers now. You know, I mean, just not gospel. Well, as far as gospel, maybe me and Deke and maybe I don't know,
Right.
but it's not a whole lot of. No, it's not a whole lot of. So when we go out and we represent Elevator the Pound and everything, people be excited to hear what we got to bring.
Right, right. Yeah, we gotta get that boy Deke on X, man.
Yeah,
We
man.
gotta get
That's
him
my
on,
boy,
man.
Young
I
D.
remember when I met y'all a few years ago. Matter of fact, I think we chopped it up about might had to been about what, maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah,
Uh
about 4 or 5 years ago.
yeah, before we even knew each other. Then I saw, one thing I do, just doing the whole gospel rap thing, I got to keep my ear to the ground on what's happening. That's locally,
Right.
that's regionally, that's nationally, globally. Now working on the pros page. Met a lot of cats from Africa over there and, overseas, the UK, Australia. I'm like, oh, okay, them boys getting down over there.
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
know, we gotta get Young Deke on here, man. We're gonna do another interview real soon. We're gonna have both of y'all on after this COVID stuff, man. Y'all can come here in the studio, man, and we can do it on a whole nother level
Oh
up
yes,
in the
sir.
studio too. But tell me this, man, doing gospel rap. Now you talked about a little bit, how it is in Arkansas and coming up and all the stuff you were saying about, once you get outside the state, how people view you and how they look at you until you show up you can get down, you know. But tell everybody, how is it, I guess the difference between rapping in the churches, rapping in the streets, outside the churches. Like, talk about that difference and how do y'all move around and just get yourself out there and get your name out there in the churches and in the streets rapping.
Well, when I first started out rapping in the churches
Right,
was good and everything like that. I mean, like far as some accepting, some not, but like far as the streets and everything like that, it's about the same. When I was starting off, but it were more people I can say gravitating more from the streets than the churches starting off and
right,
everything like that. But um, I mean, you can. I don't know. It's like I said, I think I was telling you earlier about me having more success in the street selling records than in the churches and everything,
right,
when I was starting off. And sometimes still that way, when I go out to different cities and, different states, it's like, I don't have a problem selling records.
right,
Or, like now it's like with me ministering and everything, me and my brother, it's like when we take to the streets, you have some that's going to receive it and you have some that's not,
right,
but like I said, when I was starting off, it's like to me, it was receiving more in the streets than in the churches, if that makes sense.
right, right,
But far as that, it's just because we more than the four walls. We more than the four walls, and that's something that I try to do. Is take it to the streets and you know. And reach out. Jesus, when he was going about, he was in the land,
right.
going about, preaching and everything. So we as Christian rappers, or just Christian artists, period, have to do the same thing. The people in the church, most of them are already well. It's like the people out in the streets is the one who we need to grab and bring in, to the
Already.
fold. So that's our main thing. Just trying to get them into the fold. You know.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, tell us about just some of the as far as like y'all in the streets, y'all in the churches, y'all moving around. But tell us, a little bit about how, how was y'all marketing y'all self as far as on that business side, as far as gospel rap. Because one thing I had to learn, and I just say this, I had to learn marketing from the ground up, like they say, from the mud. And so
Right.
I had to
Right.
learn everything about it as far as, just, even though we rap, it's still competitive. You know what I'm saying? when you
Right.
talking
Right.
about you rapping, you still people say, okay, you rapping, so they still thinking about rap as a whole. So how did y'all market yourself coming from El Dorado, representing the pound? Just when you move around, how did y'all market yourself?
Now you saying for like when we go to different churches and do concerts or just in the streets with.
Yeah, just in general. Yeah, just in general.
Well, to be honest with you, all we would do is just flyers, and try to take it from there.
Right.
And like as far as the streets, like we just come out the trunk with them,
Right.
old school way, So
Already.
it really want a whole lot of marketing and then like that, like just take the CDs to that city, that state, and pray and do what it do. But it's more of a, I believe, just getting into it is more of trying to market it. It will better help you, like you said, and everything like that. So when like I said, when we go to different cities, doing concerts, we will have flyers, and everything like that. So but I know now it's like it's best to get on radio and TV,
Right.
to let people know that you're coming, and that will help promote you, because a lot of times when these big secular artists come down this way, they got TV, radio promotion, and all that stuff. So the marketing has to be there. I believe
Right.
if we would have marketed better, we could have got a bigger crowd over the years.
Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. I think that's across the board in gospel rap in general because it's like I said, we had to learn marketing from the mud, like from the dirt.
Right.
Cause we didn't when we
Right.
came in. I think we just like everybody else on the on the same playing field as far as like okay, we can rap, we can get down, we can look, we swag down on stage and walking through these churches and the streets and rapping, but we didn't know marketing. So I like what you said about just opening up the trunk and popping it out the trunk and sitting in front of gas stations and man, I've been up and down there doing, churches, gas station. I caught some jokers walking through Walmart parking lots. Say, hey, I
Yeah.
got them over here. And so, it's a different ball game. And then, talking about gospel rap, it's not a lot of money flying through gospel
Nah.
rap to do those things. So we have to, pretty much, selling the CDs, whatever products we got on table and just saving our money to get to the next show, to get to the next,
Exactly.
whatever the next thing is. You got to have money to get there. So let me ask you this. What you think? You've been in it long enough. You see the game from the inside out. So you just ain't sitting on the sideline as a spectator, pointing the finger. What
Right.
what what can we do in gospel rap as a whole to um, bring in more income? You know what I'm saying? Bring in more business tactics in the gospel rap game.
To be honest with you, I think we have to learn a little bit about some of it all. Like I was telling one of my young brothers in Christ a couple
Right.
years, well, about maybe 2 years back. It's this guy. I don't know if you ever heard of K Drama,
Yes, sir.
but yeah,
Cincinnati. Shout
yeah,
out to
from
that boy K Drama.
Cincinnati. Yeah, that's my boy and everything. Oh man, he one of the hardest workers in the game to me.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, I was telling one of my brothers in Christ, I said, if we gonna really make it in this thing, we gotta know how to record, we gotta know how to make beats. You know what I'm saying? We gotta know how to do all that. And that's something that I'm getting into. I just got a beat machine not too long ago,
Right.
from my Uncle Steve. Appreciate it, Unc. And so I'm finna get into beats and everything and start making beats. And that's the only way you can survive. Cause just trying to do it out music, it's like, I mean, just making music, it's like it takes more than that. It takes more than that because we not getting pushed like we supposed to on radio, on TV. And so it's like you have to learn about all of the game, even writing lyrics and stuff. I mean,
Right.
it's like I'm gonna start songwriting for people.
I
Like you
know
have to
that's
do it
right, man.
all, you know. So I'm gonna get started on that, hopefully next year, I'm gonna start writing songs and raps for people. So it's like, we just have to, in order to bring all that income in, we have to do it all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I want to even have a studio one day, maybe here in El Dorado,
Right.
and start recording. And like I said, it's time to get on it. That's the only way we can get the income we need. We have to learn it all.
Right, man. And that's cool hearing that because I think that's across the board with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Gospel rap. I think we had to figure out, you know, like I remember. I'm gonna go back a little bit. I remember when we first jumped in this thing, and it was like, okay, everybody was looking to get deals, and so
Right,
when nobody signing cats up.
right,
The
right.
secular labels, the Sonys, the Columbias, they wasn't signing cats up. They was like, oh, y'all sound good, but you talking about too much Jesus and we ain't gonna make no money. doing that.
Right.
But if you say him, then maybe we can put a couple of meal tickets in your pocket. And so some of them boys took it, some didn't. But I like what you're saying about just across the board creating, that just doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Far as you say, hey, let me get the studio, let me get the beat machine, let me do those things. That's what we're doing here with the media. We like, okay, let's use what we get, resources, money wise, and let's help strengthen the genre and strengthen the culture. Even with this being the first show, I'm glad to have you on, man. Anybody that's gospel rapping,
man.
I get it.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
man, you already know, man. You already know. But, man, hearing that, you had to decide, hey, I got to do this for myself now. And it's like strengthening the genre, the culture. It's like strengthening because, we don't have gospel rap don't have to where we can create the music, send it to a DJ. They gonna play it in the strip club, make the song hot, play it in the other club, put it on the radio. They gonna blow it up for you. It ain't like that. And what you doing, man? That's what's up, man. So hey, this studio, man. What you say y'all been working on some beats and all that?
Well, yeah, I got a beat machine and everything. Like I haven't got real deep into it yet, but I'm kind of getting, into it. And hopefully by next year I can be pumping out some beats and everything, and as far as the studio, I want to have a studio down here in El Dorado probably another 3-4 years or whatever like that, work on that. Call it MIP Records, which stand for Music is Power.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up, man. It's I've been saying that across the board. A lot of gospel rappers are saying, what, let me go ahead and invest in myself. Let me just go ahead and invest in, my talent. Let me put it out instead of waiting on somebody, to like pull you up. You doing your own thing, and that's, because you've been in the game, you see it, so you like, hey, this is what I need to do.
Yeah.
This is what I need to do. And I been there and done that, man. I remember when we started our studio, my reason for doing it was here in the Rock, I know cats that got studios, but I also know the studio culture. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't want to be a part of that culture.
I know.
So and I was like, Lord, I need my own thing. So he just started lining me up.
That friendly environment.
Yes, sir. I can't be walking in no.
Yes, sir. I've been there.
I can't been there and done that, but I can't be walking in no smoke sessions, man. No, I just I ain't got nothing against them boys.
I'll tell you, I've been there, man.
Man, I ain't got nothing against them boys. Man, I love them boys, but hey, man, I can't do that. So, what you doing, man? I commend you on that because I think across the board, you mentioned K-Drama. It's a lot of DJs out there starting to say, hey, let me go ahead and DJ and buy my equipment. It's a lot of cats saying, hey, let me go ahead and spend that $800,000-$900,000 on my own equipment and make it happen. So that's the thing, man.
Right.
Let me ask you this, bro. What's the future of this thing, man? What's the future of gospel rap? And be real with it too, man. I didn't talk to you enough to know you're gonna shoot
the future of gospel rap?
Yes, sir.
Well, somebody asked me that a couple years back and everything, and I was telling them, I said, it's kind of hard to say because the way some of these, a few of these gospel rappers is, they kind of making a bad name for us. The ones who doing the cussing and using the N-word, and so it's kind of hard to tell what's the future. I mean, because you even got CDs that's in stores now that's really not gospel, but they pass for gospel because they got somebody saying spiritual things, So I think it's gonna get tougher for us in the future.
Right.
I don't know if you ever seen the movie Holy Hip Hop with the guy Play from Kid and Play. He done the movie or whatever, and so one of the first things it was a lady on her saying, you know, she was talking about, she said, you know, before I bring anybody down, listen to their music.
Right.
You know, and it's sad you have to do that for Christian rappers. I mean, if you hear some singing, I ain't got to listen to your music, you know what I'm saying, before you come and do a show, because it's like, I know you'll sing, I know you don't bring that. But when it's rap, it's like you have to actually listen to, you know, what, you know, these guys are saying and everything. Because I remember one time I had this one group and everything, and this big church put me over this concert. Yeah, we're going to put you in the head of, you know, you can put whoever you want to. So I had this one rap group, and I said, well, let me listen to your music. And sure enough, they were talking about the stanky leg. And at some point, the stanky leg, I said, oh, no. I said, nah, man, we can't do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so it's like, you know, some of these guys are really not just anchored in Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They really haven't been fully delivered from some things. But, I mean, for the gospel Christian rap, it's like, it's kind of hard to tell, man. I mean, because you got people who, you know, like I said, they switching up on us. You know, they was doing gospel, now they doing secular, and you know, some of the big names out there. I ain't gonna say no names, but you know, they out there doing their thing, and it's like, you know, it's making it hard for us who really trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? Who really trying to put the gospel through rap and everything. So I think it's gonna be tough for gospel rap in the future and everything. I mean, cause like I said, you have so many people doing it now who's not being molded right.
Right.
You know, and you have to be molded right. You know, so I think it's gonna be real tough. It's kind of hard to say, you know, how gospel rap gonna be another 10 or 20 years from now. It's kind of hard to say.
I agree with you, man.
But I know it's gonna be hard.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm saying the same thing. A lot of cats are saying that. You know, I've talked to you plenty of times about it. You know, and I talk to just a lot of cats across the board. They saying the same thing, you know, and I'm like, It's like these boys just, you know, they making it to these levels, and it's like, it's kind of like somebody climbing a mountain, and they make it to the top, then they turn around and everybody else still climbing. They just start spitting on everybody. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, for a lack of a example, it's like they just turn around like, oh, they just spitting on everybody. The people that didn't build them up, you know, them bases. And so they get to the top like, well, I don't know what gospel rap is. You know, it's corny. And I'd heard all that stuff. Oh, it ain't this. I'm not a Christian rapper. I'm a rapper that's a Christian. I'm like, bro, make your mind up, man. You know, get out the game. Either you win. Let me say this. Let me say this, dog. I done been around enough rappers, period, to know where they stand as far as if they doing gospel rap or they out here rapping about the streets for real. I'm talking about they in the trap, heavy in the game. So, what I see is those cats in the streets, in the trap, they not putting the trap down. You see what I'm saying? Cause they know that's their audience. You know, so they big that audience up. They talk about all the trap politics that you can take. But what I see in gospel rap is, you know, these cats, you know, in order for them to get in certain doors or make certain moves, it's like they compromising, you know, just to get them deals. You know what I'm saying? Then once they get in the door, they like, oh, okay, it ain't what I thought it was. Let me go back to my base. And so the base ain't no suckers. They see it too. They're like, no, Joker, we see what you trying to do. So, you know, I see the same thing, but, you know, I'm glad you brought that up, man, because, you know, gospel rap is, I think it's gotten better. As far as, you know, artists, like what you said you was gonna do. You said, hey, I'm gonna do my own studio. And now I'm seeing cats creating podcasts. I'm seeing cats saying, I'm gonna get behind the camera, I'm gonna make the videos. They not looking for that help no more from cats that don't understand gospel rap. They're saying, let me get my own money, let me buy my own things, let me buy my own equipment, let me do my own thing, you know, and they making it work. So, you know, I see that, but I'm with you on that as far as the future of it, it's kind of foggy. You know,
it is.
it's a little foggy. You know, a lot of these cats.
You know what?
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, it is kind of foggy. You know what you were just saying about, the podcast and everything. Like that's
Right.
why I'm glad you're doing your thing, because with the technology today, it's more ways to promote our music.
Show live.
You know, so I'm just glad that you're doing this. That way we can be able to be on, different platforms and everything like that. I mean, because it's like if DJs want players, which we already know how they go down here.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of love for Christian rap when it comes to a lot of DJs,
Right.
secular DJs anyway, and gospel DJs as well, but um we gotta push ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And like, to be honest, we just have to really stay and coming out that trunk, and just trying to
Right.
do what we can, like what you doing and everything, the podcasting, and we gotta do it all, because it's like ain't nobody gonna push us but us, as they say, down here we all we got. So
Yeah, already. You already know.
yes, sir.
So let me ask this, man. You hitting on something, and something came to my mind about networking. And that's I'm gonna say this. One of the reasons why, it's a lot of reasons why we started um, doing this podcast, and we just trying to see where it's gonna go. But one of the reasons is to highlight gospel rap. Period. It's not
Right,
I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm not looking for, oh man, you doing it big. I'm not looking for that stuff. I'm looking
right,
for a way to highlight the culture, the genre, and just show cats, J2W and Young Deke and anybody else who want to get on and you know what I'm saying, just talk about what they doing. It's for them. We
right,
understand we control what we can do up here, but it's for the culture. It's for the genre. It's for the gospel rap artists, male and female.
right,
And so let me ask you this: networking, man. How what's your artist do to build better networking systems? Instead of not just collabing on a song, but going farther than just a song collab.
Well, I would say to be honest, it just takes money to do all that.
Right,
One thing I'm learning, just money. I mean, for a network, because you have to get out at the other concerts in different states and cities,
right,
and really network with people, because it is uh, DJs across the country that is helping a lot of Christian rap artists, to be successful and to promote the gospel, of course, number one. And so you really have to have money. I mean, to do all that. I would tell anybody getting into this business, this ministry it takes money.
yes
It
sir.
really takes, because it ain't just like you said, collabing on a song. It takes money, for you to go to different cities and states and hook up and network and, get to know this DJ, the whole hip hop, show they have, like I remember we went to one in Alabama about maybe 4 or 5 years ago,
Right.
and we got a chance to get with some people and everything like that, network, people from Florida, and just talk with some people from different, places, different states,
Mm.
so it really takes money to network, man.
You right. You hit on the head. I mean, you hit it with that sledgehammer. Cause,
Yes, sir.
man, I remember back in the day, cats was like, oh man, we just gonna do this for free. And and
Right.
I personally fed into that thinking until
Me
we
too.
started we started really moving around, and jokers be like, hey, can you
Yeah.
come to Detroit? Can you come to Chicago?
Right.
Joker, can you come to
Right.
Atlanta? Can you come to
Right.
look at, we'd have been in the highways and the hedges, just like the Bible say. Look, we done been to look at
Man.
up and down Atlanta, Houston,
Yeah.
Dallas, Rocktown. Then you got to go to Greenville, Mississippi,
I've been there.
Backyard,
Yeah.
Mississippi.
Greenville. Yes, sir. Yes,
Joker,
sir. I
some
understand.
spot right outside Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He like, man, I don't know
Yep.
where we at, but the
Yep.
GPS pulled us up. So
Man.
it take money, man. And I know years ago, for me, years ago when I was into that, oh no, the ministry and we're gonna do it for free and all this and all that. And I think I shared the story with you, man, about how the Lord was like, it's time you start charging. And,
Right.
and
Right.
right, I mean, right when he put that in my spirit to do it, it was like a week and a half later, I got a phone call. Just now, it was an email. It wasn't even phone. It was an email. They said, "Hey man, I came to your show. how much it gonna cost to get you to come? It was like 2 hours away to come down here. We bringing 3 churches together, man. We heard how you get down and this and that. So I said, okay, Lord, I know you want me to go in this direction. But I still hear a lot of artists saying, you know, oh, I ain't charging nothing. I'm gonna do it for free. And I know, you know, they not gonna admit it. But I've been in this long enough to say this, that when they driving home, they got to be frustrated, you know, cause you done drove 4-5 hours away and made $20 off 2 CD sales. I remember the first time that ever happened to me. I did a show in Huntsville, Alabama. I'll never forget it. Yeah. And Huntsville for
that's where I was born.
Right, Huntsville already.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Huntsville, Alabama, where I was born.
Right. And when we pulled up in Huntsville, I saw the NASA, the rocket.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it is. I said, man, we at the space shuttle, Joker.
Yeah. They know for that down there. Yep.
Right. Yep. Man, we pulled up to the show. Man, we going ham, a whole 30, 40 minute set. And man, so 2 CDs. 2. And you know, you like, man, I done drove here, I got the hotel room, $20. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you the good thing that happened at that show. This cat, partner of mine now, he a partner of mine to this day. And he walked up to him, he said, bro, all I got is $20. He said, man, I know I told you gonna be a lot of people. I said, look here, man. You just bought us something to eat. You bought us something. That's what I was eating, rally burgers back in the day. I don't need them no more.
Right.
Joke, I said.
I feel you.
I said, it was 2 other people with me. I had 2 other artists with me. So I said, man, look, you just bought us some rally burgers. So we finna go down and get the rallies. We finna put some cheese on them things. We finna get some extra large. And we finna take it back to the house. He's like, you finna drive home? I said, yeah. 5.5 hours back to the house. So after going through that stuff, you start thinking that stuff. We still human. You know what I'm saying? You're like, okay, man, something needs some money. But what I tell people is I tell people, you know, the ministry is free. I mean, the gospel is free, but ministry is cost. You know, and when you're doing this as a ministry and a business, it costs. And we need money to make it happen. Let me ask you this. Pastors, man, pastors and churches and pastors. Man.
Oh, boy, you gonna start something.
I want to. Hey, I'm throwing the grenade, baby. That grenade finna go boom. That's it, man. That gonna roll down you again.
Well, man, let's get into it then. I sure got some things to say.
Say it, man. That's what this show for, man. I don't want no...
Yes,
I'm not looking for cats that's going to sugarcoat this thing. There ain't no sugarcoat. But I guess I'm going to ease in with this question. What can pastors do to help artists out here? Because, you know, I shared with you the story about when I opened up for this cat, I leave nameless for the interview. They paid him $17,000 and then looked at me and said, hey, we ain't got no money. I said, hold up. You ain't got no money.
Right.
So what can these pastors do to help the artists, you know, just move around some more? What can the pastor do? And go with it, have you want to go with it, man.
Yeah, to be honest, well, for one, we don't have too many pastors here in Arkansas who want to put money into Christian rap artists' pockets. That's the only way you can survive. You know, I mean, you know, it was a pastor, you know, who wanted me to come to, I ain't gonna say what city in Arkansas, but I'm thinking like, now, most pastors won't even step out their door unless they getting $150, $200 out the door. But you want me to come down and do a free show, you know, when it's like, you know, this is what I do, you know, and it's like, I've been at it for so long. It's like, I done built my resume up. I mean, all that come along with it, you know, like I tell people, like when you've been in the game for that long, you know, 17 years, you know, been in 2 different national magazines. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it's like, you know, if I was a singer, like I tell people, I probably been went platinum by now.
Right. Right.
But, you
I
know,
agree
if
with you.
I was a singer, it wouldn't be no problem, you know what I'm saying, me getting paid too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But since I'm a Christian rapper, it's like, well, they don't really take it, some of them serious, you know,
Right.
and it's like, but you won't step out your door for 150, 200, 500 something dollars. You know what I'm saying? But you want me to come drive to your church, and this don't happen many times. You want me to come drive your church out of town, come and do a free show, and you might buy 1 or 2 CDs like you were saying? No. No, you know, we did that for years, man. But, you know, thank God for some of these pastors in Arkansas who put money in our pocket like
Right.
me and you know, other artists. I mean, because it takes money to make it. You know,
Already.
that's what people have to understand. You know, it takes money to keep that building open. You know, money, the Bible said money answers all things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, and it ain't that we money hungry or nothing like that. It's like we're just like the next artist, Christian artist, singer, who, you know what I'm saying, need gas money, who need food money. We need that.
Right.
You know, some of us are working, some of us are not working, you know, I mean, so, you know, when we practice hard for what we do, you know what I'm saying, it's like people don't understand, man. When you doing all this practicing for a show and stuff like that, it's like, man, it's hard work.
It
I
is.
tell people it's like homework to me.
It is. It is. Right. Right. And they
It's
don't. They
like
don't see
homework,
that
and
part of the
you know
game.
what? To be honest, so I don't like homework. You know what I'm saying? But the thing, what I'm trying to
Right.
say is, we can work hard. You know what I'm saying, to bring good ministry and pay us. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's what a lot of pastors in Arkansas, you know what I'm saying, can do for us to help this genre to go on, because they're like, we're helping the young people. You know, a lot of young people don't want to hear singing. Some of them, you
They
know,
don't,
they
man.
want to hear rap. They
They
want to
don't.
hear rap. You know, but we won't last if you don't support us.
That's
But
it.
I thank God for those who have supported me over the years, and you know who you are. I thank God for you. You know, I mean, even out the state of Arkansas, but you know, just right here in Arkansas, we just need more support financially. You know, it's like, don't look surprised or be shocked if you see one of us, you know what I'm saying, up and retire.
Right. Right.
You know, because it's like, you know what, it it's extremely hard to get financial means in Arkansas sometimes with a lot of the pastors and stuff. You know, I
Right.
mean, cause like I said, a lot of them don't truly believe in Christian rap. They say they do, but you know, it's like, well, I guess, you know, if you can come do this, okay, you know, this and that, you know. But like I said, with no money attached to it, it's like it's just a hard, you know, business, you know. I mean, and a lot of time I know people thinking I'm complaining and stuff like that when I'm talking to my family and friends, but they're like, no, this is for real. You know, like if we don't have money, we won't last long. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's only God's grace and mercy. And those people who pay me over the years is the reason why I lasted this long. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Because I'm
sir.
going to tell you, to do it without a record deal, you know what I'm saying, or a big independent label, it's extremely hard.
Yes,
It's
sir.
extremely hard.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
we don't have people telling us to do this, to do that. A lot of stuff we figuring on our own and stuff. You know,
Right.
like I mean, even starting off, I did shows free for years,
Mm-hmm.
years. I did. I'm probably not just getting paid maybe about 4 or 5 years back.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I
I
feel
mean,
you.
you know, because I was thinking of, you know, it's like Christian rap needs to be in this town, this city, this time. Okay, they never heard it. Let me bring it to them then, you know, because it's like if I ask for money, they don't, well, we can't pay, you know, this and that. And
Right.
so, um, man, it get extremely hard, like I said, with our finances, you know.
Right.
And you know, the pastors who have paid me over the years, I appreciate that, because it helped me to go this far, you know. Because if you ain't got no money, you can't keep doing this thing. It just is simple and plain. If you ain't got no money, let me tell you, if you ain't got a good job, I'm gonna tell you how some of these guys are surviving, you know, just, you know, how we doing. Some of them have good job. That's the only
Mm-hmm.
way you can survive. You have a good job or you got a record deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the only way you can survive. If you just, you know, you struggling, and I have struggled a long time. It's like, you know, the only way you can really withstand the test is prayer, you know. And it's
Right.
like, you know, just people encouraging, but not only encouraging, but people putting money in your pocket. I never had people to come to me and just put money in my pocket and say, "Hey, I want to donate to your ministry,"
Right. Right.
you know. So you know, that's what we need for the pastors to do, you know what I'm saying, put more money in our pocket. That way we can go and spread the word in different places, you know what I'm saying, not only in that town but other towns as well, you know, because it takes money to make music. And
All
that's what a
day.
lot of people don't understand. It's like, you know, singers, see, they can sing Kurt Franklin and who was some other folks, Mary and them songs. They can do that. But us rappers, we got to come up with stuff. We got to come up with songs. Right. It takes money, like I tell people, to record them songs. So it's like, you know, you're paying us. This going back for the recording time we don't spend in the studio.
Right.
That gas money, you see what I'm saying? Right. I mean, so it's like, it's going, you know what I'm saying, back to where, you know what I'm saying, it come from, you know what I'm saying, and more, you know. So we just need more finances, man, more financial means, you know, more money and everything, you know, for us to make it, for us to do 20, 25, 30 years, or even 10 years, you know. It's like, if you see an artist in your city, you know, Christian rap artists, pastors and ministers, help him, put money into his pocket, you know, and help him to succeed, because that's the only way he's going to succeed is through money, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, of course, prayers and everything. But again, the Bible said money answers all things. So, you know, and that's one problem to answer.
That's it, man. You know. So, hey, I throw that.
Just being truthful with you.
Right. I throw that scripture around like I'm swinging the flag out here. I'm like, hey,
man,
you know,
it's the truth, man. It's the truth.
It is, man. It's like pastors, like you said, they want us to come and entertain their youth. You know, and what they don't know is they try to do these youth events, bringing in quartet singers. I ain't got nothing against quartet singers, but they not listening to quartet music. And I told, I remember one time I was at a show, and this had to be about maybe 3-4 years ago. And before I opened up my set, I just started rapping whatever those songs was, maybe about 4-5 years ago. I just rapped the clean versions of them, and I just wanted to see the response. So the young cats, even the cats, you know, everybody in the church, I can't even say the young cats, just everybody in the church, they knew what I was rapping. The pastor looked at me like, we didn't bring you in here to rap Drake or whoever that song I was rapping. He said, we didn't bring you in, but I was showing him like, this is what they listening to. They not listening to the Heavenly Boys from Alabama. You know, they not listening to them boys, man. You know, so one thing I propose to a lot of rappers is that we should demand pay across the board. So a lot of these pastors, listen, if there's a pastor looking at this right now, we're not bashing pastors. We're not bashing pastors. Cause it's a lot of pastors who help me get to this day. They help you get to this day. Right. So it's a lot of them that have. We talking about the ones that say, okay, you know, I'm gonna bring you in. I'm gonna raise an offering in your face.
Right. And we need more than a love offering, because a lot of times the love don't be in the offering.
Boy, you better.
Hey, I'm just telling you, man. I done been through some things, bro.
You sure right. I done seen it. I done got up there and rapped and look over there. Hey, it's offering time. Man, them buckets come flying everywhere, man. They looking at you like, thank you. I'm looking at them like, Joker, you can't throw us nothing. Come on, man.
Man, I'm the boy.
No.
And you know, the crazy thing is just, you know, when you were saying about the singers and stuff, I mean, the offering is just, you know, like I said, I don't see a whole lot of favoritism over singers and rappers in churches, you know, and that's one thing that, you know, kind of got me down over the years, you know.
Right.
When I was coming up, it's like, man, it's like they treat the singer with more respect than they do the Christian rapper. Like the Christian rapper, it's kind of like, okay, you good. You know, you got to give, but singing is better. You know, that's how I kind of feel, you know. I mean, the way sometimes they some people still do, you know, they treat you the singer better than the Christian rapper.
You right. So, you know I know, man. I done been there. I done been there. Man, tell me about one of give me one of the rough shows you had, man. I'm talking about the rough crowd. Cause people think it's easy to rap. You get up there and you rapping, but then I'm talking about that crowd. They just looking at you like, man, who is this joker?
Man, I gotta say that when I first started off, I was at this one church in my city. Hey, I ain't gonna say no names, of course, but I was the only Christian rapper. I don't think that young people with me that night. You know, I was there by myself and everything. And so, man, they were looking at me like, bro, you know, it's like, what is you doing? You know, kind of like, rap. You know, like, what you on that stuff? You know. I mean, they just gave me that Frankenstein stuff, man.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, I didn't get no crowd participation, you know, and it's like, I was like, wow. It's like, you know, but it's like I said, now it's like from that time, it's like it's more how can I say it? It's better.
Right.
It's
It's
better
better.
than what it was starting off, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, but I even had that when I was on the Bobby Jones show. I think I was telling you a while
Right,
back,
I
you know,
remember.
it's like one
I
side
remember.
of the crowd was kind of like looking at me and people will see the DVD and they're like, why this crowd looking like that? It's like, well, some people just, you know, they still don't really have love for Christian rap, you know, and everything. But, you know, the thing about it, you know, they don't know it's like you doing it not only for you, but for the kids and everything like that. Cause it's like I was telling you, you know, a while back, either you gonna listen to Lil Wayne or you gonna listen to J2W.
There you
You
go.
know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a toss up. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So you might well put me in the mix with Drake and Jay-Z and Ice Cube now. You know, because it's like they gonna go to somebody in the rap game.
There you
So
go.
who they gonna go to?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And so I even had this one lady. I said, "You rather for your child listen to Lil Wayne to me?" She said, "Neither." I said, "Wow, okay." Well,
But I'm
he
like, your
gonna get a hold
child
of
listen
something
to
I
rap,
told her.
man.
And so, you know, it's like, well, that's, you know, hey, if you feel that way, but he gonna get a hold of some type of rap and
Right.
he's gonna listen to it. And 9 times 10 is gonna be secular rap because it's more available than Christian
Right.
rap. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like it's more secular rappers in Walmart than Christian rapper. I don't hardly know. I don't even think they doing Christian rap. Well, I think the last CD Sam had, Young Deke had brought to me with Ken Jones, but I don't see a lot of Christian rap in Walmart no more.
Right.
Walmart is like that store everybody goes to. You know, and here in South Arkansas, we don't have any more Christian bookstores. So
Right.
it's like, you know, they really ain't got a choice. You know what I'm saying? Then they hearing it all on the radio 24/7. It's like they gonna choose them over us 9 times 10, you know.
Right. Already.
So,
Already.
you
But
know,
man,
so you
they
might well buy me
might as
and put
well,
me in a
man.
collection, you know, and that way I can throw some of that Holy Spirit on.
And that's it. And that's why I don't understand how you have parents that go to church, they take their kids to church, but then they should, to me, they should it should automatically click with them to, hey, let me buy something. If my child gonna listen to rap music, let me buy something that's gonna help and benefit his or her soul versus they listening to now who out there. I can name 500 of them now that's
Man,
out there
they
talking about
awesome.
everything against the will of God, everything.
Right,
And
right,
so talking
right.
about how to, get it in the trap, how to steal your man
Mm-hmm,
and set you up, rob you,
mm-hmm,
shoot you, kill you, shoot this in your veins, smoke this, toot that. So everything out there, it's like they just glorifying sin. And then,
exactly.
you there in front of them, you giving them that opportunity to, hey, buy into J2W and Young D. But
Right.
a couple of years later, that same parent, they going back to the church, asking the church to pray for their son, pray for their daughter in the prayer line.
Right.
I'm like, but you had
Right.
an
Right.
opportunity to help them. I have two girls, so I get it. I
Right.
try to showcase as much gospel rap as I can in front of them so they'll know it's available. You know what I'm saying? They know it's
Exactly.
out there. Because
Exactly.
one day they got to live for
Exactly.
themselves. They're going to move out the house. They're going to say, we gone, mama, we gone, daddy. And you hope that they
Right.
make a wise decision. That's what I hope for my girls. They make a
Oh
wise
yeah.
decision. So, I'm with you on that, man. But what you said about the music stores, it's like they phasing out everywhere. Up here in
Oh
the Rock, yeah.
yeah, man.
Up here in the Rock, you
Yeah.
had Family Christian, they gone. And that's a national
Right. I
change.
remember them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Family Christian. You got Mardell's.
Mm-hmm.
Mardell's kind of phasing out.
Right.
So now everything is online, Amazon, and just wherever you can get online, on the websites or wherever,
Right.
YouTube,
Right.
Spotify. And then the streaming services, they really killing the game to me. Cause they
Oh
giving
yeah.
people
Oh yeah.
cents. It's like they taking a penny, splitting that joke in half, and giving you
Hmm.
half. They give you, instead of the whole penny, they give you a half.
Half of
Here you
yeah.
go, so you
Yeah.
getting 10 cents, you getting 5. So,
Exactly.
streaming is killing the game, and so it's some man. Let me ask you this: gospel rap. How you feel about artists rapping with the secular cats?
Well, it was something I always stayed away from.
Right.
Uh, but have I done it? Yes. It was a long time ago when I
Right.
first had started or whatever with my cousin. We did a song about one of my first cousins who passed in a car wreck. And but since then it's like I kind of stay away from it because it's like I don't want my listeners
Right.
to um get the wrong idea depending on who that person is, especially, what they speaking in they, rap or singing, it's like, so I'm not quick to jump on, what I'm saying, with somebody, who's a secular artist, because like I said, I don't know, like I said, it's all depending on what they singing and they rapping and everything
Right.
like that. But if they can do something positive, I mean, if they can do like a gospel song, it's like I can more deal with that and maybe jump on
Right.
then, what I'm saying, them talking about, trying to incorporate in my song, a little bit about the streets and kind of glorifying, like, nah, I can't deal with that. So I try to, I just try to stay away from that.
Right. 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 I feel
But
you
like I
on
said,
that.
I wouldn't mind doing it, like I
Right.
said, if it's somebody, what I'm saying, who keep it respectable and, what I'm saying, going with the same doctrine I'm going and, what I'm saying, glorifying Jesus, like, it's a better chance.
Right, I'm with you on that. Somebody asked me that same question years ago, and
Right, me
right when I
too.
was at the table selling CDs at the show, and they was like, "What I do?" And I said, "Man, I don't have no problem doing it at all." I said, "My thing is before they ask me, I'm not finna do the ask. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
Or if
right,
I know rappers just in this city, that I'm like, oh okay, bro, he cold with it. I like what he's saying, but
right,
if they come ask me, they gonna already know. Oh, well, we already know what he talking about. He ain't finna get on
right,
track talking about big moon pie size rims, beating the block, and I'm finna pull out the Draco and whoop everybody and kill everybody with it. They
right,
already know that dude right there coming with the gospel. And I tell people one thing that I learned to do with the gospel rap is talk about the problem and lead the listeners to the solution, who is Christ. And so
right,
and make it sound good doing it. I tell these boys all the time, man, you gotta be fresh doing it too. It gotta sound good. You gotta be fresh with it.
right, right,
That
right,
first
right.
impression is everything. But
It's
I'm with you,
everything.
man. If somebody approach me, whoever listen, man, they approach you, they approach me. I'm cool with it, but they already know that, hey, this how I'm coming. And if it ain't no fit, it ain't no fit. But we can still be cool, play dominoes, jump on the
Right.
man, where the stick said. I'm finna whoop you with them Saints. You know, I'm still cool,
Exactly.
but I'm like, they already know how I'm coming. Listen, I talk to you. No, I already know how you coming. And so let me ask
Oh
you this,
yeah.
man. Let me ask you this. Gospel rap, and we seeing the message is kind of I'ma say fluffy. It's real fluffy. It's I ain't gonna say watered down, cause you can't water down the gospel, but it's
Right.
muddy and fluffy in the music. What's going on with these artists, man? It's like they it's like, to me, they rapping to have, whoever is the hottest boss spittle, but they not
Right.
incorporating that word into the message. It's kind of like the cats in the street. They talking about everything in the trap. Whatever you want to know in the trap, it's there in that song. But in the gospel rap, it's like they spin out these bars. They might say God or Jesus one time. They
Time.
not really
Right.
putting that word. They're not breaking down Ecclesiastes, Matthews, Mark, Luke, John. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Exodus.
Right.
They
Right.
not. What's going on with the message, man? What you see over there?
Well, one thing I see is that, they figure it's about money,
Right,
and that, kind of made me think of this one show I love called Black Lightning on Netflix. And it
right,
was some Christian artists. It was a Christian rapper who got on there who I love listening to and everything. But if you listen to the song, like you said, brother mentioned Jesus, or maybe not at all, talking about the faith, and so a lot of them is saying that, if I don't speak about Jesus as much or don't break down his word, it's like, I'm more successful, I guess you can say, for being in shows and movies and stuff,
Right, right,
and it's like, that's why a lot of the Jesus been taken out of it, you know what I'm saying? The word's been taken out of it, because it's like, you know what, hey, if I don't mention Jesus as much as God as much, then it's like, I can get on this show or this movie. And so there's a lot of the word being taken out of, with a lot of big Christian rap artists and stuff. And that's why I say I really don't know, the future of Christian rap, because it's like, it seems like the money is getting to some of the bigger artists and the independent
right,
artists, and
right,
it's like it's making them change, and everything. So um, it's, and that's one thing I try to do myself, is like, I don't try to, when I write and record, it's like I'm not really caring about what people think, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
as far as it, being in a movie or a show, I would love that, but I don't think they're gonna put Be Your Life to Christ in
right,
no show, you know what I'm saying, and no movie, I mean, unless it's a faith-based movie, a Christian movie, something like that. I mean, but yeah, a lot of the artists done, the Christian rap done got slick and stuff, like I said, I ain't gonna say no names of
say
them,
them
but some
boys and
big
get
ones out
slick.
there, they done got slick, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like,
He's on
I
slick
know this
rappers.
one artist, man, I know this one artist who he's national,
Right,
and he came out with a CD. And like you said, more about the bars now instead of the gospel. Oh
right,
man, you spending hot fire. Man, it ain't even about that. I try to tell some of these young guys, man, who be going to these other, you know what I'm saying, trying to be Christian rappers, but it ain't even about that. But this one guy who I really looked up to, and he got some bars and everything like that. He came out with an EP, I believe it was, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and the whole CD was like it was about his rapping skills and, you know what I'm saying, his bars, and not about it. It didn't have nothing to do with ministry or nothing.
right,
So
right.
somebody asked me, they said, "How you feel about that CD?" One of the people who really listened to him, into him. I said, I wouldn't about it, you know what I'm saying, if I knew it was just that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, he wasn't really, talking about it. And I mean, like, he was dropping bars and this and that, but it was like, where's the ministry at?
Right, right,
Where's the ministry at? And so, you have to watch a lot of these guys, you know what I'm saying, these Christian rappers, especially some of the bigger ones, it's like they're trying to move more into movies and television and stuff like that, so they taking the gospel out. So
right, right. Say them boys ain't got slick out here
man,
with
they
they
don't got
slick stuff.
slick, man. You gotta really listen to them, man. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I mean, like you said, they watering down some things, and they trying to water down the gospel. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but it's like, I know I listen to certain songs. It's like, out of 3-4 minutes, you might hear Jesus one time, or this and that, but the rest of they talking about LeBron, Jordan, and that. And don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't use them kind of people in my rap. You know what I'm saying?
right.
To make a point. But it's like, when you talk about a lot of that stuff, this too long, it's kind of like, is that really a gospel song? I mean,
Right.
or I don't know, so
I feel you,
yeah,
man. I see the
man,
same thing, and I think discussions like this, can help the culture as a whole. Because I tell people all the time, man. I know you. I know your heart in it. And I tell people, man, I like talking to cats that's 10 toes down in it. And that,
right,
that,
right,
that understand the purpose behind it, and understand what it do for the soul, what the music do for the soul, how it changed your life. I done seen too many, too many situations just being at a show, and cats like they come up to you, they like, say, man, I felt this way coming in, and I don't know why I was led to come to church tonight with my auntie sitting over there, but man, I had to come. God must want me to hear you. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like doing what I was finna do when I leave. And I know that's the
right.
spirit of God talking to him. I remember one time being at a show, just outside. It was 100 degrees. I know it was hot, man. I mean, we were sweating through them fitted caps and t-shirts, man, and James was getting creased up. But it's all good, man. It was hot. And I
I've been
remember,
there.
yeah, man. But I remember this dude just walking up to me after the show, shaking, man, shaking. And I ain't know he was nervous or what. I didn't, I just knew he was shaking. I told him, I said, man, calm down, man, what's going on? And he was talking about he just finished this mixtape. He was about to throw on the streets and let the streets take it over and do what it's gonna do. But he said, man, some told me. He said, I don't know what that song is. Some told me don't do it. He said, so I'm finna go home and tear it up. And so we just prayed with bro. I said, hey man, I don't know if we're gonna ever see each other again, but let me pray with you and let God, lead and guide you and do what he telling you to do. Because if you finna put out some more mess, you know what I'm saying, then,
Right.
throw that mess away. But let me ask you this. We got a few more minutes. This the thing I hear all the time in gospel rap. Ministry before industry. Man, what's your take on that, man? How you feel about that? What's your definition when you hear cats say, hey, it's the ministry before the industry?
Well, my take on it is, it's like you're gonna do ministry regardless of what the industry is saying or doing.
Right,
And it's like a lot of people, they kind of compromise,
right,
with the industry and the ministry. But it's like, to me, it's like I said, when I'm writing a song or whatever, like I'm not thinking about, trying to put this in a show or a movie or, the industry, it's like I'm thinking about, what I'm saying, trying to lead souls to Christ,
right, already.
and so, the industry gonna do what they do, you know. But I would say this too to a lot of those rappers out there and singers. Just because you in the booth don't mean you fireproof.
There you go. I
And
like that.
yeah, that was a song come out years ago, Christian rap and everything, and that
Right,
boy went hard, man. And I'm like, when I heard, I said, man, he said, you thinking fireproof in the studio booth now, what I'm saying? Because the Bible said life and death is in the power of the tongue.
right,
So we really have to watch what we, what I'm saying, putting out there, what we speaking into existence,
right,
with our music. And so like I said, just going back to that ministry before industry, like I'm gonna do, the industry first, the ministry first,
right,
and do what I have to do and everything like that. And I'm really not too much paying attention to the industry, because it's like, to me, it's not about the industry. The industry got their own thing, where it's like they have their high power, the source, and that's
right,
money.
right, right,
Money, and so it's like, I leave that word at that, but it's like I'm gonna do me,
right,
so.
right. And that's what's up, man. A lot of we got a few more minutes on here. A lot of cats, they you just hit on the head. They compromise. One
Right.
thing that I've seen. Somebody asked me this years ago. They said, "Man, what? I always see you, man, moving around, talking about gospel rap and whatever." But what they asked me, I can't remember the question word for word, but it was more so they was asking me like, um, what it's not what made me sad about the genre, but it was kind of like that. And I told him, I said, when I see cats come in hard and leave out cold, they come in hot and leave out cold,
Right,
and I'm
right.
talking about they come in, I'm talking about, I know some cats with songs that Joker shook the building. I'm talking about, I'm sitting in the back, man, with the goosebumps. Look here, my hand over my face. I'm like, man, that song right there about the, boy, the roof about to fall sideways. And
Yes, sir.
now you see them years later. It's like, I reach out to some, and they didn't respond back. I want, reaching out to like, hey, man, let me tell you something. Because I don't do that. It's still life. I still understand God say, endure to the end, but he don't tell us what
Right.
we got to endure. He didn't say that. He just said
Right,
endure.
right.
So it's kind of like football. It's kind of like, you gonna get hit and, you know, get tackled hard, but get back up and get on the next play. But
Right.
I seen a lot of that. A lot of cats come in, they come in hot, they leave out cold. That's why I commend you and your brother, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing down there at El Dorado, man. Keep letting that light shine.
Appreciate it.
Keep pushing the
trying,
gospel,
man.
keep letting cats
Yes,
know.
sir.
Sometimes, you know what, I learned this with gospel rap. Sometimes you the only Bible these cats gonna see. You the
Hey,
only
that's real.
Bible. You know what
That's
I'm saying? A lot of the
real.
cats
That's
don't read.
real.
I've met cats that said, look here, man, I hear what you saying. Especially, I love the street conversation. I'm gonna tell you why. I done told this story to you before, but I'm gonna share it with everybody else. I remember one event we went to, and we set up the stage and all that good stuff, and it was 25 blood members in the audience looking at us like, what y'all doing over here? And I'm looking at them like, Joker, we
Right.
ain't going nowhere. We here. And so
Right, right.
one of my people on my street team was like, hey, you see them boys over there and all that red, you want them to stay? And I looked, because we was up under the stage, and it was 100 degrees out above the stage, and it was 105 under the stage. It was hot. We
Man.
setting it up. I'm looking over there. I said, say, man, let them boys stay. You know, they need to be here. I said, matter of fact, go over there and tell the people, the brothers that was cooking those hot dogs and passing out those Pepsis and them chips, tell them to give them a plate and tell them to get ready. 30 minutes, we ready. So right after that, you know, the show lasts about 4-5 hours. And man, them boys was coming up putting the dope money in our hands. And they was like, please bring this back. And I'm like, we didn't ask for no money. We didn't ask for no offering. None of that. You know, they just did it because they saw the need for it. And it was only like eight of them that stayed. It was 25. I counted. I said, it was 25 on the dot. 8 of them stayed. So 17 of them went home. They said, man, we don't know what these boys are talking about. And so 8 of them stayed, and they contributed to the gospel, to the ministry. We didn't ask for nothing. But you know, and I've talked to some of them and other shows too, where they say, look, I ain't going to church. I don't got a suit. I don't read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, I see that pastor. He passed me up every day. He don't never talk to me. So why am I go to his church? You know, so I haven't had those conversations. I told cats, look, man, when I used to own my barber shop, I said, hey, you come by the shop on Sunday morning, I chop you down for nothing. And then you come on church with me. They didn't show up. You know, they probably like, this dude crazy.
Right.
But I'm thinking about their
Right.
soul. You know, I'm like, hey, I give you a free haircut if it's gonna get you closer to Christ. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that. I miss out on that $20. It's all good. But man, y'all, you and your brother, man, y'all keep being that light, man. Cause I'm gonna say this too. A lot of people, they be like giving out flowers. We're gonna give you flowers cause you still like. No, man, we gonna give you those props like Paul and them gave the brothers. You know what I'm saying? They was telling me, y'all keep on pressing towards the mark. You know, that high calling, man, with the music, because folks, you don't know, and I think we both don't know who listening to the music. We don't know who looking at this show, and how it might, you see what I'm saying, how it might affect them about how they feel about gospel rap or how they can contribute to gospel rappers. You see what I'm saying? We don't know how God moved, but when I tell you this, man, keep doing your thing. You and your brother, man, keep doing your thing. And you know, whatever we can do, we here. That's one thing I tell you, cats. I say I'm a team player, man. I'm not ain't no hater over here, cause I'm on the same playing floor as everybody else. So I ain't sitting on the sideline critiquing everybody, you know, pointing the finger at everybody. I don't got time to do that, man. It's work to do. And so
it's too much work to do.
Too
you know,
much,
I
man.
mean, yeah, man. But you know, the thing about I want to chime in a little bit on the church and everything. You know, it's a blessing. You know, you doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you saying, taking to the streets. You know what I'm saying, with the gang members and everything. Because I done been out there where prostitutes done bought my money, drug dealers, and everybody else thugs. And the thing about it, it's a lot of church, like you were saying, how the pastor, asked up this one young guy, and it's like that's the kind of stuff that's happening all the time, where like people full of scripture, but guy, hate in their heart, you know what I'm saying, to where like, oh well, I ain't worried about him. I mean, I hear leaders all the time, some of them talking, a certain way, and it's like, the streets need the gospel, and it don't make sense if you got 10 churches on one street and you got more thugs on that street, I mean, it's like, you know, the church is gonna have to step out from these four walls, and that's what we've been doing over the years. You know, it's like, and you as well, you know, taking it to the streets, because Jesus went about in the land, you know, preaching the gospel. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Preaching about God and everything. And so that's what we have to do. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to show love, you know, in order to pull a lot of young people, you know, and those younger heart, because you know, a lot of churches don't show that love, even when, you know, young people come in them, you know, they want to, you know, sit them to the back and, you know, this and that. Like, now bring them to the front,
Bring them
you
to the
know,
front.
let
There it
them,
is.
everybody else got, you know, they got theirs, you know what I'm saying? They wear, this is a hospital, this is for the sick.
Right.
You
And
know what I'm saying?
they
Put them on the
forget that,
front
bro.
row, you know, I
Right.
mean, but it's just a lot of things I done seen in the churches, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of bad and a lot of good, you know, but at the same time, it's like, you know, why we ain't out, you know, like I said, taking it to the streets, you know what I'm saying? It's the
Right.
streets that need it, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? They need the gospel, you know, and so everybody else in the church, you know, we do concerts sometime down here, and I'm thinking like, well, why we doing, you know, these peace concerts, and it's like the people who, you know, need to hear them is in the streets, but we in a building.
Right. Right.
That
Right.
don't make sense, you know what I'm saying? It's like we done did that for years here in LA. I'm like, you know, it's like, you know, so that's why when I do it on my own, you know what I'm saying, I might go out to the projects and, you know, do a show. Matter of
Yes,
fact,
sir.
I'm hoping to do some in November, you know, with 2 or 3 projects and everything like that. Got some equipment now, you know, I'm investing in some equipment. Thank you, Young D. You know, and so these churches, you know, we got to put it out there, man.
That's
You know
it.
what I'm saying? It's like, and these churches just going to have to open up their hearts, you know. They open up the doors, but open up your heart.
That's it, man. That's it. And like you say, flip flop that thing and not having them inside, but having them outside. You know, I'm
Right,
with you on that,
right.
man. Set that stage up outside in the what's that, in the carport, where the people pulling up them
Exactly.
cars. Set it right there. And turn them speakers
Exactly.
around to the streets and let these boys go in. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's man, it's so much, man, that you know in gospel rap. And I know this the first show and we just going in a little bit. If y'all, let me say this, if y'all just not tuning in, this the Refill Show every Friday night, 6 p.m. Central Time. Right now we got the featured artist, homie J2W. We're gonna get Young Deke on there. Shout out to that boy Young Deke, man. We're gonna get him on the next one. And but yeah, you right, man. We just gotta it's so much work. Like the Bible say, the harvest is plentiful, but the labors are few. You know,
That's
and,
it.
and what you gotta have cats to continue to stay committed because man, being in this thing just man, I done seen so much. I know you done seen so much.
Oh
And
yeah,
collectively we
man.
seen a lot. You know, I seen a lot of
Man,
things, seen the
we
shift
could
and the
be on her
trend.
4 hours.
Yeah, right, man. Just chopping up. Matter of fact, Facebook gonna cut it out. Say, man, y'all, they gonna be like, man, y'all get off that thing. Taking up too much
Yes, sir.
bandwidth, Joker.
Yes, sir.
So, man, hey, we gonna say this in close, man. We been on this thing for a good minute, man. Let everybody know how they can get in contact with you, man. Let everybody know what you got going. New music, moves, whatever the next play is, what it is. Let everybody know, man.
Yes, sir. You know, we got a new song coming out called He's on Fire with me, Young Deacon Triumph. Hopefully it's gonna be coming out in November or December. We working on that. It's gonna be on all platforms, Spotify, Amazon, CD Universe. And also, too, I got a concert October the 17th here in El Dorado, Black Lives Matter concert downtown, you know, with
Right.
some more artists and politicians. It's going to be a great show, so come out. And also, you can just reach me at Instagram, J2W, the Christian on Instagram, J2W on Facebook. And if you want to call and book me, hit me up, 870-314-4710.
Already, y'all got the info. Get J2 Dub and Young D to your city and quit playing with
Yes,
it.
sir.
And bless them with that love offering, with that honorarium. Bless them and give them to your
Exactly.
city. Let them boys go in and do what they're gonna do for the Lord. So this our first episode, man. I'm so glad we finally got
Man,
this
we
done.
finally got it.
Finally.
Y'all just don't know. We've been working on it for what, about 2, 3 weeks?
Man, about 3 weeks,
Man.
man. Let me let
But
everybody
it done
know.
came together though. Like I told you, you know what
Right,
I'm saying? We
right,
actually got a chance to hit on some issues that, you know what I'm
right.
saying, I hope that uplift some people and made aware to some people, you know what I'm saying? Because this needs to
Already.
be said, you know.
That's it, man. We tried to. 3 weeks for real, trying to get this thing
Man.
up. And look here, I'm trying to do all the technical stuff and set up all the website
Man.
stuff and all that stuff. I said, man, look, we're going to get this show up and we're going to figure out all this other stuff out later. You know, we'll get it up so everybody can follow what we're doing and, you know, follow what you're doing, and everybody just, you know, one thing we're trying to do again with this is just let everybody know, make people aware of gospel rap, what we doing now. We broadcasting from the South, from that dirty South, Arkansas, but all day long. But I love the South. They know it. So they hear it in my tone. I love it. But we love the Lord, man.
You, bro.
Yeah, already,
we appreciate
man.
you doing what you're doing. I mean, just doing a hard work on this show, the Refill Show, you know, getting it together.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, just putting it out there and everything, you know, because like I said, we don't have too many platforms. And I thank God for you, bro. So you just keep on doing what you're doing. And like I said, you know, anytime I can help you, you know what I'm saying? I always try to share your show on my Facebook page, whatever you're doing. You know, like it's a blessing, you know, and I thank God for you, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, here in Arkansas, it's not a lot of platforms, you know what I'm saying, where we being promoted, not a lot at all, you know. So thank you again, you know what I'm saying, for your hard work, your enduring, man, for real.
Man, we appreciate that here, man. We appreciate that here and then just, you know, and everybody listen to this, you know, keep us in your prayers, man. We need prayer to keep this thing going. Look, we trying to get to 1,000 shows. And look, y'all gonna see J2W on about 50 of them jokers.
Hey, let's do it. We doing it.
So, hey, we gonna get off on that note, man. We gonna get on out, man. We appreciate you coming on, man. I'm gonna click this thing now.
Appreciate y'all.
And let me see what we got here. Let me plug this thing up. There it is. We're gonna get off this thing on this, man. Listen, y'all tune in every Friday night, 6 p.m. Central Time. If you're on the East Coast, it's 7 o'clock. You're in the mountains somewhere. You're in Denver. You're in Salt Lake City somewhere. 5 o'clock y'all time. You're on the West Coast, it's 4 o'clock. Cut us on. Y'all check it out, man. Y'all share, like, comment. Let us know what you think about it, man. It's our first show. So y'all give us a couple of shows. And we warming it up right now. We got the Chevy warmed up. We about to hit some corners. So you already know we bumping.
Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all give us a minute. So we're gonna get off this thing. And man, y'all tune back in next week, same time. And y'all stay blessed.
Peace.